price or location?
Quite often it comes to price.
I agree. A lot of people think of their budget and let their budget take them to the location.
Yep.
But I think location.
Location.
That's what they say. Location.
They do. Very important.
So let's explore price or location and the importance of it. And we'll tell them a personal story of us here in Australia.
Yep.
And taking it to an unseen property overseas.
Yes.
Let's combine and collate it all together in today's video. This is our journey of buying a home in south of Italy, in Salento, the heel of Italy, known for its beautiful beaches, sunshine, a land steeped in history. We bought our house in the historic centre of Galatene, a small town just a short trip from the beautiful coast of Santa Maria al Bagno and surrounding towns of Gallipoli, Galatina and Nardò. Follow our journey on how we made it possible from Australia to purchase this remotely and the progress of the refurbishment and restoration along the way.
Welcome. Michael and Anna here from Casa Mia Salentina.
And this week we're going to continue on the, not so much Puglia versus Tuscany, but more so the location and the price when considering buying property overseas, especially when it's sight unseen. Yeah. So I've made some notes here so that I don't forget to cover what we want to talk about today, because it is really on your list. If you've got your checklist, as we mentioned in our ebook, you need a checklist. And I think a lot of people forget to put location on their checklist, because most people say, they always ask us, how do you know where to buy? How do you know where to buy? We've never been there, or we've been there, we like so many places.
Yeah.
How do you know where to buy? So that tells me that they're not fixed on a location. They're obviously fixed probably on price.
And let's just do Italy.
And let's just do Italy because we love Italy from what we see, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. So that's why we're bringing this up today. Yeah. So, but firstly, we want to thank everybody for last week's comments.
Yes, we do. We had a big week last week.
Yeah, and we replied to every email.
Yep. Sent out lots of ebooks.
Sent a lot of ebooks out. We did manage to get the link in the description for the Flip ebook.
Yep.
Yeah. So some of you may not have seen that, but we'll try and put it again in this one.
Yep, we will.
So I'm really grateful for everyone that messaged us and told us some of their stories and where they were at. It was really just really heartwarming. Yeah. So we are going to continue and do more of the ebooks for you. So I'm going to try and get out one each month. So I'm going to do one on renting your property. So if you've bought there and you want to rent it out, I'm going to do one on the Salento region, obviously, because we've just got so many photos and videos of that area that we can put in the ebook, and our personal experiences of the towns that we visited. So, and if you've got any other suggestions,
let us know. Leave a comment.
Let us know.
Send us an email. casamiasalentina@gmail.com. I'll leave that link down here.
Yeah, we have been to a lot of different provinces. So, the Amalfi, Sicily, Liguria, Lake Como area up there, Lombardia, Emilia Romagna. So many areas that we've been to, and so perhaps we can help you there. So,
and thank you for all the new subscribers. We had a lot of new subscribers last week.
Thank you for that, and all the likes and comments.
So which reminds me, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't.
Michael's favourite line.
Hit that little bell.
if you appreciate what we're doing and you like us, obviously, we're not pushing the issue. No. Just like giving the ebook for free. Our mission this year for my dance studio and for us as a whole, our mission this year was to give, and to give without expectation, like just to give freely. So giving the ebook, we could have just said to you, send us an email, we'll send it to you, but we really wanted to get that in the description, that link, so you could just click on the link and open it yourself at home. But obviously, if you wanted the PDF, so you can print it out yourself, you can send us an email for that, for the PDF.
Yep.
For that one there. So yeah, it was just our mission to give. So we don't ask you to subscribe to us as to force you to do something you don't want to do. It's just it's going to help us to get the video out to more people. So
exactly.
So we're helping you to help others, if that makes sense. It's just the way the algorithm works with YouTube. All right, so my notes here. We want to be cautious when buying a property that you don't steer off your plan, your goals. So if you had certain boxes to tick and you only ticked 2 out of 10, something's not right there.
Yeah, it's telling you something.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do that. All right, so that's really important. And if something doesn't feel right from word go, that means it's not right. Go with your gut instinct. And we had a lot of cases like that where we thought, this doesn't feel right. And fortunately, we didn't.
Might have a lot of pluses, but something in your gut saying
the
opposite. Yep.
Yeah. Now, it is one of your biggest decisions you'll make, buying a property. I think it doesn't matter where you are, in what country, what continent, whether it's you're buying your first home, your second home, holiday home, investment. It's your biggest investment that you'll make. So you want to make it in the right location. So whether it's for you to live there and never sell, whether it's for you to live there only when you're there on vacation and then rent it out. Obviously, you want to rent it in an area that people are going to come to, so you're going to get a good return. Otherwise, why buy for a rental? It's not going to get a return because there's no people in that town or that area. So that's why location is also important. And remember that it's not a liquid asset, all right? It's not cash. It's not something I can just go to the bank, pull the money out. I can't just go take a brick out of my house and cash that brick in. So remember, it's permanent. So buy in the right location, and where you buy, it's got to make you feel good. It's really, really important. So we'll probably go through that topic as well. All right. What else do I have to say here? Well, we're going to tell you a personal story about us. So you talk about people saying, how do you know what to buy when sight unseen? Well, here's a story where sight was seen because it was here in our own country, in our own hometown. So originally I'm from Sydney, but Michael spent more time, he was from Sydney, but he spent more time on the Central Coast, whereas I hadn't. So I didn't know the areas too well. So you have good areas and you have bad areas. We were living in an absolute dream location called Terrigal.
By the beach.
Right by the beach, 1 street away from the beach, right where all the vibe and the energy was. It's just a beautiful place. And when it came to buying, obviously it was very difficult to buy there. So we thought, we'll just go like 10, 15 Ks down the road to a different area. They had a beach nearby as well. Well, I think it was within a month, I already knew we were in the wrong area. We were in the wrong area. And the price should have told us that. So why did we go to that area? Because of the price.
The price.
And we thought location was the beach.
It had a beach there.
Had cafes and restaurants.
It was lively sort of during the day, but
Dead at night.
Dead at night.
And I think within 6 months, half the cafes and restaurants closed down. The cinemas closed down. So that's what I mean about getting the location right and not so much the price. Don't let the price sort of steer you to that location. So people go, oh, why didn't you buy a €1 home? Well, why didn't we? They're abandoned towns.
Exactly.
And they had conditions on them, like, get it ready within 3 years and so forth. And we're not the sort of young people that were going to bring a family to grow that town. So for us, it wasn't doable, and we weren't doing justice to a €1 town. I mean, if we were a young couple, we're going to bring up children there and grow the town. It's totally different. So for us, in our age group, it wasn't viable.
And do we really want to be spending all this time renovating a place that the roof's caved in or whatever.
For us, it wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't
Yes,
for us in our where we are in our life. That's
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
that was pretty much.
That might suit some people.
Others
for
will
sure.
see because
Yeah.
they're in a different stage of their
Yeah,
life. So
that's right.
and it's great, and we've seen a lot of beautiful manure homes
Yeah.
done up and
Yeah.
great. But it brings us back to this location thing because some people were asking. They were mentioning, oh, but Amalfi's great. Amalfi's terrific, but I don't want to climb those stairs. We've done it.
Yeah.
We've been there many, many, many times. We love it. So we thought, let's leave that for a holiday area.
Holiday.
We'll just visit,
Yeah.
go on holidays. But
That's right.
we didn't want to live there, and we know it's going to cost us more. Even if you were living there as a local, as a resident, it's still going to cost you more because it's, you know, it is Amalfi Coast. And, you know, there's a lot of the driving. It just wasn't our cup of tea either.
No.
So choosing another town, another province similar to Tuscany, then there are quite others, but they're not Tuscany. Yes, they've got rolling hills, they've got the greenery, that they don't have the history that Tuscany has, which is what attracts us to Tuscany. But all of Italy is beautiful. I mean, we love the Lake Como region. As I said, I love Cinque Terre. I love the Ligurian. Again, do I want to do those stairs at Cinque Terre?
Yeah.
I'd rather just visit there.
Visit there.
And enjoy that. So choosing Tuscany for us, that location, because of where it is centrally as well, it just takes you to so many different places, great transport system, and so forth. And it just has, when I think of Italy, you do think, yes, Rome, Amalfi, Florence, Lake Como. You do think of those regions and you look for that. So then if you buy in a area or a province or a city or a town that doesn't reflect that, within a few months, you're just going to be a little bit down and depressed because you don't have what you see in when you go on, you know, vacation, whether it's off season or in season. Obviously when it's in season it looks fantastic, but you've got to go off season to understand what your town looks like. And look at YouTube videos, and if you're seeing the property unseen, look at them off season, don't look on season. So you want to have some sort of energy in that town. Would you buy in your own country now, in your own suburb, would you buy in an area that didn't have amenities, facilities, that didn't have life? Like, that's how you've got to think about it. Just think, don't do the mistake we did. We brought 10, 20 kilometres away, and we ended up selling that property, by the way.
Yes.
And we left.
Yes.
So we know the importance of location, because where we are now, we've been here 13 years, and we just love the location. Yeah, we love the area. So that's why it's really important to get the right location. So we know how Tuscany makes us feel when we're there, compared to the other provinces, other places that do have the lovely rolling hills, but they don't have that same history, the same art, the same, well, let's get down to the wine if we have to, and the food. Like that's important too. So you don't want to feel down and depressed and regret making that wrong decision. It's just something permanent when you go buy something like that.
Sure.
So if you've got a box there that says that you're looking for this sort of vibe, that energy, you're looking for a town that has the cafes and the restaurants and the warm, lovely people and the artisan and the markets, and then look for a town that has that. Don't sort of go,
it's got these other things that I really like. Is that's probably enough? No. Pick places that you want, not places that have part of what you want.
yes, because otherwise you're going to just rely on your car all the time to get to those places, and you'll end up staying inside your box house. You know,
exactly.
So that is super, super important. Now, how do you choose? For us, we now know that look for the piazza in the town. If most people know Italy, they gather, and the locals gather around the piazzas of their towns. It is something that it's missing here in Australia. We don't have that here in Australia. No. I don't know if you have it in other countries, but when I've been to America, it wasn't like that either. No. But a lot of European towns do have it. I admit, Greece had it, Spain had it, France had it. So it is probably a European culture that we are attracted to. I believe Portugal has it as well, but I haven't been there. So if your town has this piazza, but the piazza must have the cafe and restaurants in the piazza, not just have this piazza and it's empty with closed shops and cars are allowed to park in the piazza. If there's cars allowed to be parked in the piazza, that tells you that that piazza is not open to the.
Yeah, it's not being used. For
It's
what
not
it should be, yeah.
No, it's not a foot pedestrian piazza. So you want a piazza that has foot pedestrian, has people there. Obviously, it has a fountain or a statue.
Yeah.
You know, okay, people come there. There's a monument. There's something there. So a clock tower in a church sometimes is not your piazza. Sometimes,
No.
right?
No, if you're over there looking around for properties yourself, go for a walk. Not during siesta time. Go for a walk in the morning and go for a walk in the evening at night time, and check out the vibe and see who's around.
Yes, especially in the south, because there is siesta in the south. If you're in the north, you probably find a lot of towns will probably be open all the time, like the big towns, Florence, Rome, the big cities, I should say, Milan and that. But the smaller towns, we went after we purchased our home. We went during siesta and after to see the difference in each town.
Yeah.
And we noticed every town that had a piazza, that had cafes, restaurants, or a fountain, or park benches, or beautiful big pots and flowers. That's life. That tells you straight away, okay, the municipal here, there's something going on in this town. It has a vibe. It has that collective feel in that town. Other towns that sort of look abandoned, yeah, where the people do not congregate around their piazza, find out, just look at that. So you can Google search when you do your Google Maps. How did you do that? You did that?
To sort of drive around the streets?
Yes.
Yeah, I just go to Google Maps and go to Street View, or I think might be a website, Google Street View, and you can put in the address or the street and you can physically drive around the streets. As long as cars drive up those streets, it'll take you along those streets and you can drive around the town and see what's around.
Yes, so that's how we did a lot of our research for the 18 months. We did a lot of the in the towns that we didn't know, because we didn't know Salento. We bought in a town that we didn't know.
Yeah.
We knew like Puglia, like the north of Puglia, like the Istria Valley, which we adored, and we thought, oh, this could be the Tuscany of the south for us, you know. So we knew that area, but we didn't know Salento, so we did a lot of Google Earth, Google Street View. And then you can check out the piazza, the towns, and the amenities, because it'll pinpoint, hospitals, what they've got in the town,
So
supermarkets.
saying, let your fingers do the walking.
Yes, we used to say that here in Australia.
You did.
And another saying I will say is, you get what you pay for.
That's true.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So be very careful. Be careful with who you use as well. A real estate agent may want to just sell you the property and tell you, yes, you can do this, you can renovate that, you can pull that wall down. Yes, you've got an old abandoned building in the back, you can build another dwelling there.
Yeah.
They'll sell it to you, and then you go to the council to put your plans in, and it's, no,
You can't do that.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
So be careful who you use. Get your professional advice from the correct people.
Yeah.
That is paramount. Don't rely too much on your little groups that you might follow on certain social media. Sometimes those people are getting commissions to sell their property. They lure you, pursue, get you to buy in certain areas that are not as well known. So obviously that is why they are more affordable. Yeah. So just be careful. You get what you pay for. We've seen it happen quite a few times.
Definitely.
Yeah, be really careful there. So don't just rely on the agent, is what we're trying to say there. Get someone that works for you. So,
Yes,
these property
I'm sure.
consultants, and we know 3 or 4 of them now, they are just fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
But
So
exactly, they're there for you. They're not there for the seller. They're there for you,
for the buyer.
for the buyer.
For the buyer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So, all right. Are there any other topics I did not cover today? I'll get Michael to check that. I think I've covered my topics here. If you have any questions whatsoever that we didn't cover today, please ask us. We really want to help people, find their property, their dream home, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we covered everything on that.
We did. We covered
Yeah,
all our points.
We did.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Anna's dressed for summer, I'm dressed for winter, but I feel the cold is the only reason.
chalk and cheese here.
I was getting a bit cool before we started this, and I didn't want to be sitting here shivering, so I put a jumper on.
They say opposites attract. Attract. What did I say? Do you having trouble with my words lately?
Track.
Attract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
No comment there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So opposites attract. I'm summer. You're winter.
Yeah.
Puglia, Tuscany.
Puglia,
Price, location.
yeah.
All right.
Location.
Location is
Yeah.
super important. If your heart's set on a particular location, don't steer off it because someone says, oh, but it's cheaper here. Then you go to a province and it's like, if you've never heard of that province, look it up first. We did not know about Puglia 10 years ago.
No.
And we did a lot of research before we even bought the property. Fortunate to see part of Puglia in 2018, even though we weren't looking to buy then. And when we returned, when we decided we wanted to buy, when we suddenly came home and thought, that's it, we're buying property, let's do the sums, got the paper out, did all our paperwork, did our sums, and thought, what are we living here for? Like, we're you want to live, so let's do it. Let's just take the plunge and do it. So that's when we started the research, and we went to Salento, which even though it was Puglia, it was a different part of Puglia. Like, it looks nothing like the Etruria Valley.
No.
So we did buy in an area that we didn't know, but we did do the research, and we found like the dream team to help us. And since then we've found other property consultants that are just as great as well.
Yeah.
So that we did put in our recommendations in that ebook.
Yes.
All right, we're going to sign off. It's probably been too long. We probably babbled on too long again. Sorry if we
Leave
did.
a comment. Send us an email. Ask any questions you want.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask us questions. We
love that.
we love it, and we love the stories. Some of the beautiful stories. Some of the people on the journey they're on, and all that sort of thing.
Tell us where you're up to. Yeah.
Yes, tell us. So we really love that as well. And we'll see you
in the next
one. Ciao for now.
Ciao.